Okay, free. Come on, guys. Sorry, folks. I hit the wrong button, believe it or not. I know we've got limited signal here. That didn't help. Come on, Jag, free. Come on, princess. Princess. Brady. Let's go. Good boy. Good girl. Come on. So Princess is just eating some of the dirt, which has trace minerals in it. Don't want to discourage her too much, but I do want to get going, so I'll give her a little tone. Come on. Good girl. Come on. Let's go. Princess, no. Good girl. She responds really nicely to that. Good boy, Jaggy. So, sorry, folks. I lost you back there. No. No. Jag. Jag. Good boy. Come on, Jag. Good boy. Just directed him, because if Jag starts his Joker-like ways, he's going to turn him around, and we'll never get through this area. Whoa. A lot of trees down through here, folks. Come on, Zara. They're actually fairly active for as tired as I thought they might be, but I knew they had it in them. I could tell they were getting a little activity at home and a little active. So I thought it'd be good to come out here. So once again, I'm sorry I dropped you. My name is Bill. I'm known as the WooFDriver, running a pack of Huskies in all different kinds of scenarios, and off-leash, on-leash, on a dog cart, pretty much anything you can imagine. And I've been doing this for over 20 years, of course, with different dogs. My current family includes Jag, Chase, Zorro, and Princess. Sometimes they have a little Chinese crested Gigi, 10-pounder, who makes an appearance on some of our events. Easy, guys. So the wolf pack is just dipped below the hill out of my sight. I'm just taking my time with Princess back here, and they should be right up there waiting for me. I can always check them on a GPS collar that I use to free range the crew. Come on, guys. And I see him. Zorro. Boys. Good boys. See them all straight ahead, folks. So, and that's the way it should be. They're patiently waiting for me. Sorry, you might hear a little noise here. It's the branches. This is, you can see, thick with leaves. There's some brush. And again, if you were watching the previous broadcast, I'm in an area that I'm just coming back to where we've been before. And I'll give you a mileage reading. Right now, we're at 2.5 miles. So we've been going pretty good. Come on, Jaggy. See, Jag thinks he knows which way we're going. Oh, he doesn't. Come on, guys. How cool is this? We're just taking our time, and I'm adjusting the camera, folks. Come on, Jag. Good boy. This is a treacherous area of mud, so you can see a little mud. I mean, that's nothing. You might find that at your house. But imagine this place getting flooded out, mud and water puddling here, probably 30 inches. And I've got video of it. You can go see it on my website of me making sure the dogs are out of the way and then cruising through here at high rates of speed so I don't get stuck. But I have been stuck here, so I won't lie. Come on, guys. Huh. Over here. Good boys. So the crew is a little to my left, right there. And they're just meandering through the woods. Now, I am doubling back on some of this area we have been through. Just going to make sure I am broadcasting, folks. Again, this is a little... Yeah, okay, we're back on. Great. Good boys. Cool. So you can see, even here, this is a slight incline, but I'm headed over to a big hill that we built the trail on, essentially. Princess, watch this. Okay, so Princess was waiting for chase to be done. If you introduce other dogs to each other, you always want to look for, because they're going to try to establish, come on guys, try to establish some hierarchy, and most dogs will thrive for the chance to be alpha. So if two dogs are looking at something that they want to claim theirs and they don't know each other, again, depending on the personality, but fairly dominant dogs are going to try to be the alpha. Going to try to show each other who's boss, and that's where you get bickering and tiffs. So if you can use your voice to say no, or a sudden noise like clashing two trash can lids together, you can help set a precedent that you are the boss, and one's going to have to yield to the other. Come on, guys. No. Chase. Chase, no. Jag, no. Come on. Jag. Jag. Princess, no. Jag. Come on. No. Good boys. So this is all excellent socialization, wolf pack dynamics that are all part of the hierarchy that I'm talking about, that needs to really be managed, especially, folks, in a situation like this, where we're out pretty much on the countryside and everything, they're letting it all hang out, basically. All their instincts are out there. So they're ahead of me, Princess again taking her time, and they're going to wait for me by the hill that I've been talking about. They'll probably be a quarter of the way up by the time I get over there, because that's the way we normally go. But that's something they're going to do, is called shortcutting me, predicting where I'm going to go. Now, there is pretty much only one way there. Well, there's one way from here, but when you get there, it's kind of a Y in the trail, so I could go either way. So they're going to watch to see which way I go, and that keeps their attention centering on me. Whoa, sorry. And me, the pack daddy. Sorry, folks. Stay, guys. I had to readjust my camera there. Okay. Hey, Chase, Jag, Zorro. But they're getting a little further ahead because I stopped for a camera adjustment, and they didn't like that. So give them a little audio tone, let them know Pack Daddy's in the house. And you can hear that. We'll usually wait for me at that. I also have them trained on a dog whistle. Yeah, they're right up there. So I'm going to get ahead of her. And there they are. Just trying to show you how cool hello, guys. How much they weight. Come on, pretty. Good boys. See, when I get ahead of her, that puts her into sprint mode and gets her to go faster, which is good. Again, it's all about challenging all of them to commit to their maximum physical fitness to keep them in shape and to keep them interested through their competitive nature. And they're right up there, perfectly waiting. And she's taking her time. And I'm going to try to get past. Nope, she's not going to let me. There's Zorro. See now, again, by them being focused on me, they're coming back to see, well, where's Dad at? When she saw them, notice how she gain some speed too, because she says, I want to be where they're at. I don't want them to get something that I don't have a chance to get. You can see her picking up branches. Their thick fur attracts everything, of course, like a magnet. So they'll get all kinds of burrs and branches and everything you can imagine, stickers and thorns and all that good stuff. By the way, if I ever need to, I can always look on my GPS to see, like Zorro is ahead of me. There he is to my left. Come on, guys. No. Chase. No. Chase. Come on. No. Princess. Good girl. Chase. 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 Good boy. Now, he thought I was calling him. I was just calling him off of the whatever he was eating. Usually, they'll eat, I've said this before, trace minerals that are in the ground. This ground hasn't been disturbed in a zillion years because it's never been developed. So, I actually see Princess with lighted vest showing up. Come on, Chase. So, I don't mind them. They're getting good minerals out of there. Sometimes, it's a fine line, or they eat manure, you can't tell. And the manure is not going to hurt them 99% of the time. Some of it could be disease, so you need to take caution in that way, especially goose manure and all that stuff. But I've never had an issue, and we've come in contact with a lot. Now, I hear my ATV probably carrying something, so I'm going to put it in reverse. See. Whoa. Something is definitely got it out. So, usually if I'm riding over branches, something gets caught up in one of the wheel wells or under the vehicle itself, gets wedged in there. I mean, these things are bulletproof, but still have to be cautious. I've broken my share. I've got them caught in axles and all kinds of stuff. Because, again, I want to access everywhere the dogs want to go. I want to keep almost everything on limits to them. Not off limits, but on. Or readily accessible to them. Now, folks, I'm going to get them in front of me. Here, guys. Here. Sorrow. Good boy. Platz. Princess. Platz. Princess. Platz. Good girl. Platz. Good girl. Come on. Good girl. Now, since she's older, it's harder for her. Come on. Platz. Good girl. And because she's so competitive, good Platz. Chase. I'll let him snack him when he's... Chase, here. Chase. Good boy. Platz. Good boy. Chase. Good boy. He needs a little help here. Platz. Good boy. Platz is always good. Sometimes they're huskies. You've got to work with them a little bit. Good boy, Jack. Platz is always good. Good boy, Zorro. Platz is always good. So, sometimes, depending on how much I work with them, is how responsive they'll be. And most of the time, we're on private lands. Now, almost all the time, where they're off leash. Except for when we're on a bike and I take them off real quickly to get a drink. Excuse me. That's my phone. So, Platz, it's not as important. I don't find it as important for them to be super responsive. With police dog training, boom, they'll Platz instantly. I give them a little leeway. They are huskies. But definitely they need to be responsive. So I'm going to, at some point, post how I teach them to Platz. You see Zorro eating a branch here. I don't know if I had someone down here. And it's very easy. And I've done it for all my dogs. You can see. Now, I could walk up there and come back and they'll stay in the Platz position. So, and then I could release them up there or wait till I come back here, have a magic word, FREE, tells them get up and go. It's clear. Sometimes, another thing to be cognizant of, when they get up, they could actually run into each other because they get really excited, and that can create a little tiff too. I'm just giving you all scenarios. I know it sounds a lot worse than it really is, but I'm always in training mode and always looking out for all scenarios to keep them as safe as possible. So if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my phone. This is how I'm broadcasting, and this is a reflection of the screen that you're seeing through the camera. Pretty cool technology that's implemented through Facebook and through a place called Livestream. So we got Jack. Nope, Chase Platts. Good boy. So he probably had a spider on him, something. He got up for a sec. Because I noticed a spider on Zorro. There's spiders all over this place. He's probably just ate it, actually. So Jag is right. If I'm standing here, he's on my right. And he's looking straight at the camera. Chase is the one who just got up a second ago. He's to the left. He's got his snout on the ground saying, "Come on, Dad. Why'd you make me get down?" Princess is right here, where I'm pointing to. And Zorro is right, the dark one, in case you didn't know. Always healthy for them to take a breather from all the sniffing and everything going on and get into a position where they're relaxed, don't have to worry about anything, and can chill, as well as training that, hey, stay down until I tell you to go, because could be something dangerous in the area. Jag, you might see, he gets, as I said, their hair's like magnets, of course. They're a woolly coat, so they're a double-haired, long coat dog. And most Huskies are not that way. Actually, it doesn't really necessarily, the longer coat doesn't necessarily help keep them warmer. The double coat keeps them warm. It actually becomes a hindrance because when it gets wet, it's harder to dry. So a normal length-haired Husky is called a waterproof coat. This is not truly a waterproof. Jag, Platts. Good boy. But in any case, his long hair, especially him, he gets all kinds of debris in there. And when in the morning, usually I'll find piles of stickers and small thorns and hitchhikers and even short branches that they've pulled out of their fur over the night. It's pretty incredible. Now, if I tried to take that stuff out, they wouldn't like it, but they feel comfortable doing it themselves, of course. Just like, if we're pulling something out of us, a splinter or something, we're usually a little less apprehensive sometimes than if someone else is doing it to us, because we know our pain tolerance and what's going to hurt and what to expect. Chase Platts. Now he's the Platts. Chase. Good boy. He's the most active and wants to be first out of here. So, like, hey, it's going to listen the least in that regard or push the envelope. You can see Zorro really enjoying his stick here. Jag, as I say, I call him Jag the Joker. He'll get a stick sometimes, throw it up in the air, and just have a ball with it. I mean, I know a lot of dogs play with sticks, but the way some of his facial expressions and his behavior is really like something I haven't seen out of a dog exhibit before. It's a lot of fun. I've managed to get it on film once or twice. And again, if you go through the WooFDriver YouTube channel, you can probably find it under Jag. So if you're just joining us and you're like, what is this crazy guy doing? I am what I call myself the WooFDriver, doing all kinds of things with the pack of dogs I have. They're Huskies. Zorro, the darker one's got some Malamute in him. Been doing this for 20 years, as I explained, with different dogs, of course. These dogs are all roughly 8 years old, except for Princess, who's 13, better than 13 now, closer to 13 and a half. I've had them all from puppies except for her. Princess came to us when she was about 4. So I've had her for about 8 years. So she's roughly as old as these guys. They've been with her their whole lives. And she's been with other dogs that I've had. When I first got a husky, I didn't realize the energy they had, the insatiable appetite to constantly be doing something. And as I got into it and realized behavioral issues I was having with my first husky, I realized I needed to do something or I wasn't going to be able to properly take care of him. He was just getting out of control. His name was Czar, C-Z-A-R. That's Zarro, Z-A-R-R-O. So back then there wasn't an internet. There was only books and magazines, etc. So I did the reading I could and talked to some local people who had some inclinations about it. And the only thing I could really put together was that huskies, I associated them with sled dogs, even though, excuse me, at this point in time, sled dogs are usually a mix of dogs. But I said, you know what? Maybe, by the way, I'm also in the pet business, not live pets, but Sauroplots, good boy, but but pet supplies, creative pet supplies, not mostly for dogs, mostly for small animals. Get into that another time. But I was at a pet trade show. That's where people show their new products. And back then there were weren't as many big companies, there wasn't the internet. So I found a product, so there was a lot more creativity, ingenuity, in my opinion, because small entrepreneurs could produce a creative product they felt there was a necessity for and easily bring it to market through this small pet trade show. Well, it was a big pet trade show, but they didn't have to be big to participate in it. In any case, I found a device that would help me. It was the only one out there I've ever heard of or had ever seen at the time. Let me safely attach my dog to my bicycle, and therefore, since I was a jogger, but I couldn't keep up with the dog, I felt like, geez, I could pedal and he could run, and he would get in. Maybe, he could run 4 times as fast as he could if I was walking him. So I said, wow, this is an interesting piece of equipment. And I think because I was at the pet trade show, they don't really sell them there. They take orders from stores there, but I think they gave me some samples they brought with them. So I took them home and I put the one on my bike and I took Czar, my first husky, on it. And all of a sudden, wow, we did a mile. And I got home and my wife's like, what'd you do with Czar? He's dead tired. I'm like, this thing is working, because a tired dog is a good dog. And it was miraculous. It's like he was happier. He stopped a lot of his unwanted behaviors. I didn't know anything about training back then either. I just knew that if I wore him out, he was a much more relaxed, calm dog, easier accepting the demands I was putting on him, which were small, just like don't chew the wall and, don't run away from me, etc. So I really liked it. I got into biking with the dog. We did a fair amount of it. And about a year later, we built up mileage, of course, but about a year later, I started thinking, hey, this is going really well. I'm enjoying having my dog. I love him. And he's like my partner in fitness, even though he's getting more fitness out of it than I am. Why not get him a mate? So that's when Hudson came along. We got a second husky. And I put him on the other side of the bike, because with this device, you could run a dog, you could run multiple dogs on each side of the bike. And Hudson, I started off a year younger because I knew what was going on now. I was able to get right into it, put him on the bike, and boom, it was like magic. They were a team. We were a team together. There were some behavioral issues still, interaction. There were 2 males, which I didn't know anything about dogs back then still, just my limited 1-year knowledge. And through Hudson teaching me, and eventually I was able to, went through many dog trainers. And eventually I found my master trainer that I talked about. And I got to write a book on it, because it's the most incredible experience in my lifetime, and it's given me the ability to do everything I do with my dogs. So I owe this gentleman my dog's life, basically. Anything I have to do with dogs. And we became, more importantly, we became such good friends, and we had common interests, and he's my senior by 15 years or so, but in any case, just a wonderful person. And he taught me with Czar and Hudson how to manage the wolf pack and how to really free range, because I had no idea that a husky could be off leash. Everything you would read back then, and even today, says never take a husky off leash. And I was petrified of it, because I would walk my dogs. Yeah, on the bike, of course, they could pull, and they could only get so much pull out of it because all my weight was centered over it. But when they're in my arms, they would pull my arms off, basically, if I was walking them on a leash. So I knew that if they were off leash, they'd be gone. They're very prey driven too, huskies. And again, their physical, their insatiable appetite for physical fitness also has to do with their psychology and their psychological behavior. So you have to, they work hand in hand essentially, and you have to balance that out. In any case, I met my master dog trainer, and he's like, "We'll get your dogs off leash." I'm like, "You ain't gonna get my dogs off leash. I've been through 20 trainers. You don't know, but I'm gonna try it," because this guy was world renowned, and we got my dogs off leash in a matter of 1 or 2 training sessions, and I was like, whoa. So we evolved, like I said, quite a friendship and relationship over the course of, this is 25 years ago, whatever the case may be. And I learned all about introducing dogs to each other, new dogs. I would go with him when he would train other dogs, some of his police dog training. So I really got well trained myself. And he actually helped me train these dogs further, just to further my knowledge, and having the bigger pack, doing the activities I wanted to do. I consulted with him again to make sure I was doing everything to the best of my ability. Just little background information. He also he's very much into shepherds, Rottweilers, and other breeds. Not so much huskies, but training a dog is training a dog. Of course, different dogs are designed for working dogs, different kinds of work, but they all have the same basic needs and can be trained similarly. In any case, he would donate his time to try to rehabilitate certain dogs that were not adoptable. So to avoid being put down, he would work with them to make them adoptable and attractive to be adopted. And I remember he came in contact with someone that we became acquaintances of that was really into pit bulls. And this gentleman and I trained together some, training his pit bulls that he would rescue from fighting pit bulls and everything, and training my huskies, and it was quite remarkable. In fact, I wish I had some video footage of it. But this gentleman went on to, actually was so into it, similarly to how I'm into my wolf pack, into pit bulls, that he purchased a house predicated on dividing the yard up according to our master trainer's recommendations, making different yards so you can isolate certain dogs and focus on certain dogs and whatever the case may be. And he designed this solely for pit bulls. And I had went to his quote-unquote sanctuary, where he would take many pit bulls. We're close to Baltimore, and 95% of the dogs at the shelters in Baltimore are pit bulls. So he would rescue the real problem ones there and adopt some of them, or take some of them under his wing to his facility, retrain them, and make them adoptable. And Plotz, Princess Plotz. So something was crawling on her. Plotz, good girl. Good girl, Plotz. Good girl, Plotz. Princess. Good girl, Plotz. So this is a little long for her to be sitting, but she's okay, Plotz. Good girl, Plotz. Princess. Good girl, good Plotz. She wants to go too. In any case, like I said, I could write a book on this. I went to his facility, sanctuary, and I didn't know this, but a lot of pit bulls that are light in color with the light eyes are albinos, and they're deaf. And he taught them sign language, certain things. So he was like, if the dog jumps on you, forget what motion he made, show the dog this motion, whatever it was, and he won't jump. He'll understand, or she'll understand. It was amazing. So really cool and he's really into it. I haven't talked to that gentleman in a few years, but quite a story. So everybody's into dogs that I know, relatively speaking. So I've got a wealth of stories, information, etc., how I got here, and other people that do similar things with their breed of choice. So I like giving those little tidbits of information. It's kind of fun. In any case, we're on an overcast day of about 60 degrees, maybe 62. We're back in a place where at some point in time, somebody planted all these pine trees. They're planted in rows. The gentleman who owns the house now, I think his family's had it for generations. So I'm sure somewhere along the line, someone planted these, and it's really cool. I can hear the lawnmower up there. They know I'm here, but I'm going to try to go through that area pretty quietly. I'm going to release the dogs. Free. Easy, boys. Easy, good boys. And I wanted to be there just in case we were down for an extended period of time, in case any overexcitement came, that we would be, I could properly direct them. Come on, Chase. See, he's sniffing the area where Princess was at because of their competitive nature with each other. He wants to see if she had something he didn't have. Come on, pretty. And she's behind because she's interested in the smell back there, but that's okay because it'll give me time to get up here. Come on, Jay. Actually, she's putting the speed on now. She got her second wind. Zorro. I'm going to make sure he sees me. Ho, ho. Good boy. Princess. Chase. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. He hasn't seen me yet. Again, he knows I'm here, but yeah, he's going the other way. Come on, guys. Good boys. Go ahead, Zara. Zara thought I was calling him to go the other way. So we're going to go through. This is near where I parked, but come on, guys. I want to get you reposition this camera so we can get some speed. Come on, here. Pretty. Good boys. Good boys and good girl. Easy, good girl. Good girl. She's just coming through. There's a break in the fence. There's a little fence that runs along there. They don't use it anymore, but I just wanted to, whoa, got a big hole here. Probably a groundhog hole. Okay, folks, so when we started, we went the other way. I'm back to ground zero where I started from, but we're going into a direction we haven't been in before on this ride. I do visit here. Come on, Jag. Sometime. Zorro. I'll be a little loud. Again, I'm extra loud because I want the wildlife to shoo, to get out of our way so we don't run into it. Good boys and good girl. Just so you know, mileage-wise, we've got over 3 miles now. And this has been a heavy run, heavy terrain. So, 3 miles is like 4.5 or 5 miles to a flat area we might be on. And this is Princess directly in front of me. I guess that harness doesn't light up too well. At night, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait to do one of my midnight mushes where we go out after dark, and usually in the warmer months as we get to May and June, and ride the dogs on the dog cart, mush them, and also do some ghost hunting. I use some special infrared cameras to broadcast that and create videos. Good boys. So everybody's around to the left and to the right of me. I'm letting them explore to their heart's content because this area is open and I can see it. Come on, guys. Come on. Now, if I can beat them. Come on, Chase. So, I was going to try to turn the camera around because they're racing towards me now. Look at Jag. Oh, they're racing towards me. You can see Chase just got it. Come on, guys. Okay. They slowed up. They were running. Trust me. Good boys. Come on. They're like, where are we going, Dad? So I'm going to take them for another dip in the stream over here. Agent Princess, and she's responding really nicely to that. The boys. And sorry, they're out of view right now, folks. They're coming now. Sorry, he just laid down. And that's Princess. Zorro's coming right up here now. He's going to come into view. There he is. We're heading over to the stream, I think. Come on, guys. I was just looking. It looked like a groundhog to me, or a beaver. Princess. Princess. Come on, good girl. Good girl. Princess. Good girl. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Good girl. Just keeping her away when, again, start claiming territories when we get in the closer proximities. The good thing now is they're all a little tired, so they're less likely to bicker, but always on alert. You can see Princess is right to my right. I'm trying to... They are. So that's Princess who's in the stream. Chase just crossed it, and Zorro is on the other side. Jag is all the way on the other end. Jag! Give him a little page. Good boy. Come on, guys. Sorry, folks. It looks like the broadcast is breaking up some. It's just the nature of the beast. I try. Oh, look at Princess. Got to give you this, folks. She's loving it. The old girl's rolling around, the old gal, so we let her do her thing. She's scratching her back, really enjoying it. And we're going to dip back through. Actually, no, we didn't go that way. I'm going to reverse courses. Oh, so they're getting a little tired now. Chase. Jag's getting a little tired, so he's a little... Chase started to get a little feisty with Zorro. Like a bunch of kids. Bad children. They're funny. It's all awesome. I wouldn't change my life for anything. I love it. Come on, guys. Princess. Princess. Stay. Good girl. Let's go. Come on. So I'm trying to work my way. This place is really eroded, folks. and I'm going to try to ride up through it. I've done it before. Come on, let's go. Chasey boys keeping us a little, come on, come on. If Chase thinks you're stopping because of him, he'll keep you stopped. Princess, no. Playing nice together. I like it. Come on, let's go. Come on, pretty. Pretty. Look. They're not moving. You're getting tired. But it's good. I'm going to do, I've got a lap planned in mind that's about going to take us another mile or so. But it'll be a good run. Come on, let's go. Princess. Come on, good girl. Good girl. Come on, let's go. Sometimes I'll have to get out of the van. Get out of the ATV. Come on. Once they see me going, they're usually going to go in that direction. Come on, guys. Good boys. So a lot of people want to know how to keep the dogs from running away from them. I got to keep dogs going. My favorite line is that I could wear any husky out. Come on, Chase. No. Chase. Check. Let's go. Good boys. Good boys. Princess. Chase, let's go. Come on. He's holding up the show, folks. Come on, Chaster. He's just taking his time. And again, I want to go at the dog's pace, but sometimes they're just getting overzealous about exploring a scent or whatever, and I want to keep them going. So at some point I got to call them off of that, and that's why. Hence how I do it. So this area we have come through before, but we came through in reverse. So when I take them back, I go the other way because it helps keep things fresh, keep their attention and excitement. But you can see, last time we came through, they're exploring more smells now because they've been here, done that. They're like, okay, let me start getting down to the nitty-gritty. And if they're all taking their time doing that, it's cool. But it's just when you have sometimes one that stops, and you want to keep the pack together, that's when I start trying to direct them. I hope the broadcast is coming out good because on my screen it looks so nice. It's in high definition and it's crystal clear. But I realize that we're going through cell signal. Come on, Zorro. Let's go. Good boy. Zorro. Good boy. So I apologize again. It's not as good, but I've got tons of videos. Not all of them are narrated like this. A lot of times if I do a video, a lot of times it just has bits and pieces of me talking and music. Probably get tired of me talking anyway. But I really do enjoy the narration part because there's so much to say and talk about, as I know others might want to do similar to what I'm doing, that any advice I can offer, I feel really good doing it. The key to me doing this is the electric ATV as well. A gas-powered ATV is a little harder because you can't hear the ambient sounds that surround you. So if a dog was hurt, God forbid, and it was crying, it'd be harder to hear. Or if they had a slight injury. Zorro's deviating to my left, and I want to keep him on the course just because deer hang back there. Come on, guys. Jag, no. Jag. Jag. Let's go. Good boy. So, in addition, this ATV being electric, not having any real noise pollution, lets all the doesn't disturb the wildlife so much, so we really get some spectacular views. Now, my voice disturbs them, but they're not going to run for miles and miles. I want my voice to shoo them out of the way, but hopefully keep them close enough by where I can get a view of them. And we've run into everything. You name it, I've run into it at some place or another. Come on, guys. Zorro and Chaser to my left, because again, a lot of deer hang out in these woods. Again, this is really untouched. You'd untouched territory. You'd be surprised. I'm not really that far from Baltimore. It's just that this land is so unusable for anything short of what we're doing that it was never really developed. So even though the city's all around and expensive real estate and all that stuff, this wouldn't fit that bill, and there's really no one back here because again, it is private lands. Doesn't always stop people, but because it's so well hidden, that helps. Jag, good boy. Come on, guys. So, if anyone was ever thinking about doing anything, Chase, Zorro. Let's go. Come on, good boys. If anyone was ever thinking about doing anything like this, these lands that I roam on were quite challenging for me to find. But when I did, and I was able to plead my case to the people that own it, like the farmers, etc., that what I'm doing is really not going to hurt the surroundings or at the farms, the farm life. Come on, guys. It was, I quickly gained their trust and am able to really get full access. Come on, guys. Good boy, Jack. They recently spread some new stone on the driveway here, and Jag and Zorro are smelling the new smells from that stone. There's a pile of it to the side. They haven't spread yet. So I would recommend to anybody interested to go to a local farmer. If you have your dog trained and in control, you feel like you qualify. If not, maybe get a trainer that you feel is competent in your area to train your dogs how to go off leash. Come on, guys. And making a proposition to a farmer for just a little bit of money, because they're not, they can only get so much money out of their land for the crops. But if they felt comfortable from you and you can give them a little bit of income for letting you just come there and it be no expense to them, you'd be surprised. Might be interested. It's worked for me. The biggest expense you'll have is getting... Oh, the dogs are crossing the stream. I was trying to show you that. I apologize. They already got over there. Princess is still right here. The biggest expense you'll have is something like one of these ATVs. But you could opt for... it's not going to... You can see I'm getting stuck here. Had to put it in four-wheel. The biggest expense you'll have is the ATV, but you could get something like an electric scooter. But it might not be as rugged as this. Come on, guys. So I know the broadcast is getting cut up here. I apologize. Come on, guys. I'll go that way. I think they're ready to go. So they're telling me when I go to the right, that's usually the way back to the truck. And they're all going that way, so I'm going to go that way too. Easy, guys. So we're making some tracks here because they're excited. They want to get back to their truck. Zorro. Zorro. Chase. Good boys. Now Zorro and Chase have taken off. It's okay, they'll be waiting for me up ahead, but just don't want them to get too excited because they're pretty amped up. By the way, a lot of people, especially if you're training your dogs to do this, anywhere you go with your dogs that you would have your dogs off leash, I would recommend leaving your doors to your van or your truck open, whatever you haul them in, if it's a safe area. Chase! Zorro! Get a little too carried away there. There they are. So I recommend leaving it open in case your dog would ever take off on you. If the car's open, that's usually where they head back to, and that's where mine are working on getting back to. But because I'm just an overprotective dad, I don't want them going there without me because I don't know what else is up there. Whether it's someone in a car. Again, they know me here, but you can never be too cautious. Come on, guys. So, come on. Now that they took me a little time to get there, they're got into something else. Good boys. Now I'm going to give you a view to my left, folks. Try to turn the camera. Here we go. Come on, guys. Nope. Come on. That's Chase and Jack. Come on, guys. Chase is all about, I'm telling you, I'm boss. Now he's giving Zorro a bit. And folks, going back to the car, this is a great hill to be climbing. And it's easy. I'm going to pass Princess and keep up with the boys. You can see the speed they're creating. They're generating. This is Jag with a big old stick. Well, part of a sticker bush hanging out of his tail. A lot of these cars are cars they work on around here. They're not indicative of someone being here, of it being crowded up here. Okay, folks, that's our van. Come on, guys. Chase. So, no. Boys. Boys. And that's how we do it, folks. Now we're going to wait for Princess. She's coming up the hill. Good girl. So I'm going to give you a mileage reading on that. We got in today about 4 miles. So just shy of 4 miles. So that was good. Come on, pretty. Come on. Princess, good girl. Because of our, she's a little tender getting in her truck. Come on, come on. Princess, good girl. Come on, good girl. Princess, good girl. Come on. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. What a good girl. What a good girl. What a good girl. So that's a little bit challenging for her jumping up like that. I don't know if you can see me on the other side. You're looking at Jag, who's sitting in his part of the van. So I'm taking off the collars now that we use, the GPS collars. I hear someone down on the roadway down there. I'm going to take off the collars for the ride home because they don't need to be on them now. We're done for the day. I'm also going to take off this lighted harness, which didn't do much. Unfortunately for this activity, it's not as Paul, good girl. It's not as good as I had hoped. Just a limitation. Good girl. Close her door. I'm working my way to the other guys. And everybody's sitting nicely. Chase and Zorro ride in the back here. I know you can't see, but I'm just narrating what I'm doing. And pulling the collar off Chase right now. So these collars, these Garmin GPS, are all color-coded for which dog they go on. So they show up appropriately on my screen. But them being color-coded, you can't see the collar on them when they're out free-ranging. So I was hoping that lighted harness would be a little better. Even a harness is hard to see on them, though. At night, you definitely be able to see it. Okay, so I just took Zara's off. Okay, so I got 3 of the 4 collars off. Come on, Chase, Chase, come on, good boy. I'm trying to move him out of the way so I can close the door. Good boy. Close that door. Good boy, you're a good boy. Zara, good boy. Good boy, too, good boy. Just so I could close those doors. Now what I do, folks, I'd really love to get into the technology aspect of everything that goes on here, especially for the broadcast and documentation, what I do, etc. But I use a lot of Pelican boxes. I know most people say to themselves, well, what's a box got to do with anything? I use these boxes. They've helped me organize my life. Basically, the road boxes for people buy to haul camera gear and expensive equipment, because you could run over these boxes, which I've done, and not damage them. Most importantly, not damage what's in them. I've managed to use them for almost every aspect for what we do, as much as even just storing their collars in there. These collars are really hard because they're kind of big. Good boy, Jackie. Boy. Good boy. Feel a burr on him. Good boy, Jack. You're a good boy. They're kind of big, and with the antennas and everything involved in it, I'll bring it up close to you, it doesn't really compact itself down too well. So that turns it off. So I found one of these Pelican cases, through all the different ones I own, would fit it nicely and compartmentalize itself so I could put the controller in it as well. And I hope to do a segment on this too, because this has really helped me out. The controller, which is right here, looks like a GPS hiking unit, which it's built in that kind of footprint, but it tracks the dogs basically for everything they do. So the controller unit is the life and heart of the system and the most expensive part. But with this GPS controller, it's really, I put it through quite a bit. You saw the stream we go through, we free range through. I actually went through there, hit it so hard that it fell out of my holster and into the stream, and I didn't even know where it went. But I retraced my footsteps, and I found it, because of its bright orange color, it in the stream. I could see it in there. And I'm like, wow, I hope it's really waterproof like they claim it is. And lo and behold, it was. This is the same one I've had since I've gotten this system probably 3 years ago, or better. But this fits into this Pelican case nicely as well. And once it's in there, it's safe. I know where everything is, and I'm just going to show you. That's how it's packed up. So it's got a little weight to it, don't get me wrong, but it is nice. So I've got a couple other cases to put away for the equipment I'm wearing, as well as the camera you're watching the broadcast through. So I'm going to end the broadcast now. We've just free ranged roughly 4 miles. I hope to do another live broadcast real soon, and I'm trying to varietize these so you're getting all different views into the WooFDriver's life and how I do things, including a lot of product reviews. So stay tuned. Any comments you may have, please leave them in the comment section. You can certainly Facebook Messenger me and all that good stuff. I look forward to seeing you real soon. This is the WooFDriver signing off. I do 3 W, WooFDriver. Signing off. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks again.